No, stop, please. Don't do it. I can't. I wouldn't be able to bear seeing that. This guy is a lot like Dad. Hey guys, welcome to Joel Reads Bible. I'm Joel. That's right. Yeah. I'm reading the Bible so you don't have to. This is a little project where I read the whole entire Bible from the first book to the last book. Don't ask me what they're called. But we're currently in the very fun, very rich Hebrew folktale of Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Now, of course, he's lost the coat. That's been covered in goat blood, and his dad thinks he's dead. But he's not dead. He's in Egypt. He's having a great time toying with his brothers, which is fair because his brothers did sell him into slavery. So what goes around comes around. Last episode, he was just having a lovely meal with his brothers who still don't know who he is, but who are kind of surprised that he put them in order of their ages. He's like, how does he know who's older and who's younger? And gave Benjamin more food than everyone else because full brother. So let's see what happens here in episode 44, which we'll start reading as soon as you subscribe and like the video and then ring the bell. If you have already subscribed, I'm really grateful. And I want to say thank you to all my subscribers and all the people that actually watch these videos, the full videos, and comment and engage and that kind of thing. Even if it's engaging in a way that isn't as flattering or isn't in agreement, even if it's just to tell me how wrong I am and to stop doing this or whatever. Here we are with Genesis chapter 44. Now Joseph gave these instructions to the steward of his house. Fill these men's sacks with as much food as they can carry and put each man's silver in the mouth of his sack. Then put my cup, the silver one, in the mouth of the youngest one's sack, along with the silver for his grain. And he did as Joseph said. Now, if this were another chapter, it would say, and he did fill the men's sacks with, it would just repeat the whole exact thing. But they've given us a little bit of mercy here by not repeating exactly what was just said the verse before. As morning dawned, the men were sent on their way with their donkeys. They had not gone far from the city when Joseph said to his steward, go after those men at once, and when you catch up with them, say to them, why have you repaid good with evil? Isn't this the cup my master drinks from and also uses for divination? What's with this divination? This is the second divination thing that we got going on here. This is a wicked thing you have done. If you're reading this and you do know about divination, what's the use? How do they use divination in the Bible? And I thought divination was not of God. I thought that was like the opposite of godliness. I'm going to have to Google that after I read this. When he caught up with them, he repeated these words to them. But they said to him, and it doesn't do the repeat. This is great. Someone else is writing this. The demented guy probably died, and now there's just a younger guy going, why would you have to repeat that? I am not going to do that when I'm in my version of this. But they said to him, why does my Lord say such things? Far be it from your servants to do anything like that. We even brought back to you from the land of Canaan the silver we found inside the mouths of our sacks. So why would we steal silver or gold from your master's house? If any of your servants is found to have it, he will die, and the rest of us will become my Lord's slaves. Very well then, he said. Let it be as you say. Whoever is found to have it will become my slave. The rest of you will be free from blame. Well, he's kind of changed the rules there a little bit, probably because he knows I'm not killing Benjamin. Dad will lose it. That man is a drama queen, and he will not. But I can do this little slave thing because I'm not actually going to do either of these things. So I don't know why I didn't just keep the whole killing thing. It would have been better for theater. Each of them quickly lowered his sack to the ground and opened it. Then the steward proceeded to search, beginning with the oldest and ending with the youngest, and the cup was found in Benjamin's sack. At this they tore their clothes, and they all loaded their donkeys and returned to the city. Joseph was still in the house when Judah and the brothers came in, and they threw themselves to the ground before him. Joseph said to them, "What is this you have done? Don't you know that a man like me can find things out by divination? I'm a divinator. Don't you get that? You morons. I am a master of the dark arts. Also, I have this phone that goes straight to God. It's a red phone." Anyway, so they are freaking out, and rightly so, because Joseph has got them right where he wants them. They're like, he's gonna keep Benjamin as a slave, and we got to go home without Benjamin, and Dad is gonna lose it. I wish Benjamin had a Technicolor dream coat that we could pretend was covered in blood because a ferocious animal ate it, because frankly, that would be easier for him to take at this time. "What can we say to my Lord?" Judah replied. "What can we say? How can we prove our innocence? God has uncovered our servant's guilt." So he's like saying, we can't say anything. What could we say? You caught us. I mean, I don't know why Benjamin stole that, but you caught us. "We are now my Lord's slaves, we ourselves, and the one who was found to have the cup." But Joseph said, "Far be it from me to do such a thing. Only the man who was found to have the cup will become my slave. The rest of you, go back to your father in peace. I'm a fair man. I'm a fair man who's screwing with you." Then Judah went up to him and said, "Please, my lord, let your servant speak a word to my lord. Do not be angry with your servant, though you are equal to Pharaoh himself. My lord asked his servants, 'Do you have a father or a brother?' And we answered, 'We have an aged father, and there is a young man born to him in his old age. His brother is dead, and he is the only one of his mother's sons left. And his father loves him. Then you said to your servants, Bring him down to me so I can see him for myself. And we said to my lord, The boy cannot leave his father. If he leaves him, his father will die. But you told your servants, unless your youngest brother comes down with you," now they're repeating the whole story again, "you will not see my face again. When we went back to your servant, my father, we told him what my lord had said." Now I'm annoyed because they're just repeating the whole story again. "Then our father said, 'Go back and buy a little more food.' But we said, 'We cannot go down. Only if our youngest brother is with us will we go down. We cannot see this man's face unless our youngest brother is with us.'" What? Give me that detail again. We just said it. We're not repeating it again. "Your servant, my father, said to us, 'You know that my wife bore me 2 sons, right? You know that my wife bore me 2 sons, right? And the other one's dead. You know that, right? One of them went away from me, and I said, he has surely been torn to pieces, and I have not seen him since. If you take this one from me too, and harm comes to him, you will bring my gray head down to the grave in misery." They could do this in one chapter because you just don't have to repeat it. You know what I mean? Like this could be just the shortest little book. "So now, if the boy is not with us when we go back to your servant, my father, and if my father, whose life is closely bound up with the boy's life, sees that the boy isn't there, he will die." He's very dramatic. He will die. "Your servants will bring the gray head of our father down to the grave in sorrow." Yes, 3rd time. "Your servant guaranteed the boy's safety to my father. I said, if I do not bring him back to you, I will bear the blame before you, my father, all my life." And by the way, I've already banged a prostitute, so I'm already not really doing well. They don't love Judah back home. So this is just joking. Guess what? Banging a prostitute, no one cares. That's not a bad thing. He's not going to get... Anyway, "Now then, please, let your servant remain here as my lord's slave in place of the boy, and let the boy return with his brothers. How can I go back to my father if the boy is not with me? No, do not let me see the misery that would come upon my father. Now, Judah's getting a little bit dramatic. He's like, no, stop, please, don't do it. I can't. I wouldn't be able to bear seeing that. And then Joseph's like, this guy is a lot like Dad. I don't remember Judah being such a friggin' baby. Like, come on, grow up, buddy. What's Joseph going to decide? This is a cliffhanger. We got to make this chapter a little longer. Let's repeat the previous chapter, and then we'll leave it on a cliffhanger so people have to come back and read chapter 45, and that is what we will do. So please subscribe, ring the bell, like the video, and come back to check out what happens. Does Joseph keep Benjamin? Does he keep Judah? Does he kill Benjamin? Does he kill Judah? Does he have his father come and see him? And does he kill his father? Does he kill everyone? Does he kill anyone? Who knows? I don't know why I assumed some killing was going to happen. We'll see you next time, and thank you for joining me. And you know what? God bless the reading of his word.